Okay, Cashduck Bowcraft here today. This is going to be part one of the Flintlock Northwest Trade Gun build-along that we are going to be starting. As I mentioned in the previous video, I got all the parts for the trade gun, but I didn't get the stock or the lock for it because there's like a 90-day wait time on those particular components, which are the most important components. But in advance of getting those parts in, there are some things that I can do to start this project that I can do without the need of the stock or the lock, such as I can semi finish up the side plate here. It still has the casting lugs on here that I can work off and make smoother and kind of like shine it up a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time shining. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll shine it up to its finished state, because I'm not going to put this on until we get closer to the end of the gun build. There's not much that needs to be done with the butt plate. It looks pretty, looks like they just bent it out of a piece of sheet brass. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. And the trigger guard here looks to be in pretty good shape as well. I'll probably just clean it up and polish it a little bit. I haven't decided if I'm going to, I'll probably end up browning this along with the barrel. Or maybe I'll blue this part. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to finish the metal, but I'll probably brown it like the barrel here. And another thing that we can do as well is get this breech plug installed. You could see that I have it turned into the barrel already, and there's just a small little hairline opening between the breech plug and the barrel. So and I've tightened it down as far as I could get it, and I've lined it up with one of the flats of this octagon barrel here, and it looks like I'm going to have to take off just a hair of the face of the breech plug so that it'll fit in flush with the back of the barrel, or the breech end of the barrel. So I'm going to do that and get the barrel set up in the vise and get that done. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this going, and we'll turn the camera on when I'm ready to do the shaping. Well, I may also, although it does look very pretty flat to me, draw file the flats of the octagon portion of this barrel. It's an octagon to round barrel, and typically draw filing is required to make sure that the flats are actually flat and that they sit inside the barrel channel flush and square with the barrel channel. And also too, it takes off any of the rough edges of the barrel as well. So but like I said, this thing looks pretty flat and looks pretty clean. It just needs to be polished up so that we can brown the barrel as well. But I'll think about doing that too. So there's just a little bit of work for us to do in advance of getting the stock in, and so I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and get started on this. So stand by and I'll get the video going when I get the barrel clamped in and ready to go. So now we're back, and basically what I did, I just got a blue Sharpie marker and colored in the face of the breech plug here. And as we saw when it was installed into the breech side of the barrel, that there was just a small opening, like a little sliver of an opening. I didn't measure it or anything because I don't have any precise type measuring devices, and I know that's something I need to pick up here reasonably quickly before I go any further with building this rifle or this trade gun, because I know you got to be pretty precise when you're working with guns. But anyway, what I've done here is I've colored in the face of the breech plug, and I'm just going to take a mill file here. I'm going to use this side, the single cut side. I'm just going to very lightly take off some metal, and then I'm going to put it back in the breech here and see how close it gets. I put the blue on here so I'll know which areas of the breech plug I've filed, and basically what I want to try to do is to get all that ink off of there in a nice even surface, so that it'll still remain as flat as it can be while reducing the length of this breech plug, so it'll sit flush with the back of the barrel there. Okay, so get this camera set up here real quick and get that going. Let's see how it works. Okay, so we're back. We've got the breech plug secured into the vise here. And like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and just take off just a little bit off the face of the breech plug here. And, before I do that, what I wanted to say is, you know, this is the first time I've ever built a kit gun like this. I mean, I made one before a couple of years ago. My kids bought me one of those black powder muzzle loaders from Cabela's, and you know, that was it took me about a week or so to put it together, but that wasn't a kit gun like these are kit guns. The difference between the two, I would suppose, is the one that I got from Cabela's, it was more like a kit assembly. You put everything together and it's pretty much done. There was some very minor you know, work that you had to do, but it's nothing like these. And this is probably, well, it is the first time I've ever attempted to do a kit like this, where you have to do some metal work and some stock work, and you have to drill and tap your holes. And you know, there's a lot of tools that you'll need that I don't really have, because I don't spend my time making guns. I make bows. So I have as basic woodworking tools that one would normally use while one is making a bow, which isn't very much, because you don't really need much to make a bow. But anyway, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do to get this gun working. And so I'm going to go ahead and file down the face of this thing, and then we're going to test it and make sure that see if it fits. And basically what I'm going to do is some smooth, even strokes, and just take off just a little bit. There doesn't need to be that much that needs to be removed. Okay, as you can see, I took off the blue ink off the face. There's a little bit in the middle here. I'm just going to leave that the way it is, and I'm going to put this breech plug back in the barrel to see how well or how close it gets flushed with the back of the barrel. Okay, you can see here that there's still a small opening here. I don't know how well you can see. So there's a little bit more work I have to do. I'm just taking off just a little bit at a time because I don't want to overdo it. But I'm just going to take off a little bit at a time just to make sure I get that closed up. You know what? I just thought of something. Okay, I had to take the thing in and out probably about 5 times before I got it down to the proper, before I got the breech plug screw down to the proper length. You can see here that it fits pretty flush at the barrel. It's pretty in line with the top flat here. And I would say this breech plug is complete. I thought that it may not be the same thickness, or I thought, you know, the back of the breech plug would protrude a little bit out away from the barrel, meaning that I would have to work it down to the same level as the barrel. But this breech plug came out fitting pretty much in line with the flat. You could see here that I had some green marker painted on the side of on one of the flats where I lined it up with this at first, but without thinking about it, I thought about it as I was doing it. Was the more you file off the face of the flat, the further in it's going to twist, so it's not going to line up. These two won't line up together, so it ended up lining up on this flat instead, if that makes any sense. So anyway, so the breech plug, as far as I'm concerned, is fitted, not yet installed. Well, I guess it is installed, but I'm going to put some anti-seize compound on the threads here. But this thing's going to be on and off quite often during the duration of the build. So I've just got it in fitted, but I'm not going to call it permanently fitted until the gun is done. Okay, so there you go. This concludes part 1 of the Northwest Trade Gun build-along. Cashstick Bowcraft, thanks for watching.